session.
Hey, yo, 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 yo. It is Homeroom with Smooth. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the little notification bell. Hit the like thing on Apple Music and Spotify. Follow us. Like the like page if you watch this on Facebook. If you're on Twitch, hit the follow button. All right, now that I got all of that out of the way, this is episode number 146. This episode is called Big Bird is racist.
God is. I always thought Blue. Oh, I always thought him to be
okay.
black.
Say what you gotta say. You good?
I always thought Bluebird to be black. I love Bluebird.
Nah.
It was probably what was the one that was in the trash can? He was probably the one that was
Grouch.
black. He was always angry.
Grouch was a grouch for a reason because they didn't like him, man. They told that man to stay in the trash. And that man living out of trash cans and trash bags. And nobody thought that was bad. Like Count Dracula got a whole ass apart, like big ass building by himself. He like, nah, I'm not gonna invite him over. But whenever I need to count with me. A 1, a 2, head ass.
Hey, I used to have Sesame Street. Like I used to have their movies, and I had the one with SWV. Do you remember that?
Which one is that?
Oh my, you have to Google it. I forgot the song that they were singing, but SWV did one with Sesame Street, and it was good.
Dang, they dropped a banger.
Yeah.
Dropped a banger on Sesame Street. That's crazy.
And then is it Anita Baker? It's one of the like legendary singers that did one. She was like A B C E. Have you seen that one?
I believe I had as a kid, but man, I ain't watched Sesame Street in a long time.
Okay, you're gonna have to find that and just go ahead and put it up because it is good.
Yeah, the only person that I've seen regularly is freaking Elmo. Like that's it.
Elmo, when he was like, "You put honey, garlic, balsamic vinegar." Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
That was like Elmo from New York.
Man, Elmo Wallen. What is that? What's the orange one and the yellow dude?
I don't know.
Oh man, like I fooled with them. Snuffleupagus. You got Big Bird. You got man, what's that other dude name, man? Cookie Monster. Is Cookie Monster on there?
Yeah. Is it not the cookie? Which one of them is being racist? Because it's giving. It's
like
giving.
I don't know who that character is. None of the racist characters, I don't know them. Like they like some new generation.
That is Cookie Monster. That's Cookie. Hold on, that's not Cookie Monster.
He not fat enough.
Oh my God! It's okay. So Elmo has a friend. And this friend is a friend with a rock. And Elmo gets so mad about this rock. I'm gonna send it to you. I forget what her name is, but yeah, she's a friend to Elmo. And she's like, Elmo, you need to speak to the rock. And Elmo's like, it's not a person, it's not alive. You need to watch it because it's so funny. Elmo is so bad.
Man, that's crazy, man. Because I can't believe, like Big Bird, like this on you, bro. This really all on you. Like you the leader. You the leader of the pack. If you letting this happen on your watch, you slick racist, bro.
Are you making Big Bird the leader because he's the biggest one?
No, I'm making him the leader because he's the star of the show. Like you would follow Big Bird around the whole show. Like for the most part, they didn't start. They gave Elmo solo segments by himself. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you followed Big Bird as he walked around and said hi to everybody. Like every time the show started, notice you start with Big Bird.
I never thought of Big Bird being the star. I always thought it was Elmo and Ernie, and I never thought of Big Bird. I was just like, I never paid attention to Big Bird.
Yeah, wow. Big Bird was the star because you were following him around the whole time. That's why you didn't think about him. He was right there next to you, guiding you through. Like, yo, let's go talk to Snuffleupagus. Let's go see what Elmo's up to.
Man. Okay.
Yeah,
So you did see those videos that were going around though about the kids.
yeah,
They're not
I did.
hugging the black kids.
Like it was intent. That was intent. That was intent. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Whoever was in that suit would have caught a smooth fade, like instantly. So
No,
you're not gonna high five my kid, not my baby.
mhm. Like the not high fiving thing, like that pisses me off. But that didn't rise to the point of violence. The one that was just like, yo, I'm gonna just bump the kid and keep bumping them with the belly of the suit, and then knock the kid over. Like, yo, we running the fade right there in the parade. Like,
I don't know
you
why I
getting
choose
beat. Like
violence every time.
they gonna have to come get me and you.
I choose violence every time.
Yeah, yeah, like
Everything.
man, I'm pulling that suit off of you. Like people gonna realize these kids gonna find out real quick who this person is.
They talking about some reveal him, reveal him. Y'all should did that at the parade.
Yes, yes.
I
Talk
would have
like
been like, I would have went to jail.
I'm outraged. No, I ain't got time to be outraged. You gonna feel my rage.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I always choose violence. I really should stop being so hood, but it's just in me. Okay, it's in me.
Ingrained.
It's in me. You can take the girl out the hood, we can't take the hood out the girl. And I would have
Okay.
fought whoever was in that suit.
Dang,
Oh, man.
you got here trapped out.
I stay back.
Gonna have it ring out. We got
There's
a mass costume killing. Only in the
Who was
12
killing
Sesame
this?
Street characters found dead. More at 11. Look,
Oh my
damn.
god, the suspect is in the Air Force.
Right.
Oh
Found,
god,
fa-
that's
fa-
funny.
if you find her, please contact
The
deal with.
UCLA.
She is armed and dangerous. We don't know why. She murdered the whole crew. Sesame Street will not be back till 2025 as they search for replacing it.
Oh
We're gonna
god,
make Sesame
yes.
Street have a funeral episode. Watch Big
You're
Bird
live.
ass survive though.
What? You said do
Big
what
Bird,
with Big Bird?
Big Bird ass gonna survive. That's what's gonna happen. Big Bird gonna be mourning like a motherfucker. Got PTSD. We're gonna be going with Big Bird to therapy.
He gonna be Big Bird be like, she just came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it. She's so little.
Like, oh my god!
Here's
Like
all
I
this
can't.
range.
I'll never be able to move my right wing again.
Good. I'll be
Or
calling
I'm
him
in a
prison.
permanent wing and a permanent sling.
But like, you ain't messing with my babies.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Oh
But
man,
yeah.
but do you have anything else you want to say about them?
Nah, I hope they reveal who it is. So I can pull up on them.
Same,
Pull
same,
up on them.
same. Man, I've never seen so many people angry all at once. Like I went to their post, it said over 70,000 comments. I said, God damn.
Everybody mad as fuck.
Yeah,
Sesame Street.
I think no, but this is the part that got me. The you know how when you go to post, it shows you like one of the comments and like of somebody you follow, and then you see the rest of the comments when you click on it. The first thing
Yeah.
I think was Kelly Rowland. And it's like, how did y'all apology was so terrible? I said, Kelly Rowland. I said, I ain't seen her in like 5 years. I said, y'all pulled her out
She
of
was
retirement.
She was mad as hell. Everybody was enraged. That was like Sesame Street. We expected more of you because Sesame Street has been extremely progressive. Like they have had
Oh
TV
yeah.
shows that supporting single parent household, parents that are in prison, interracial
Yeah.
dating, LGBTQ, and now you got this racist bozo.
Yeah,
Not
that's
in your
that's the part that blows me. They just added like a Hispanic character, an Asian character.
yeah.
Like I was seeing this stuff. I said, oh, okay, this kind of cool. I said, this is cool. because it makes sense. Like they're in a New York neighborhood. Like it makes sense. Like yeah, add those characters. You add a black one. I'm like, oh yeah, we good,
Yeah,
baby. You know what I'm saying? Somebody was LGBTQ. I don't know who it was, but I said, all right, cool. That's fantastic. A
right,
representation. It's a kid show. I don't give a fuck. These are puppets,
right.
but just slapping kids, being racist, dodging them. Like what we doing in
Oh
real life?
man,
On the show is
cancel
one
Sesame
thing.
Street.
Yeah,
But
it's
in
like,
real life,
mm-hmm,
that's like a Chick-fil-A worker. Like that's like a Chick-fil-A worker not saying my pleasure after you say thank you. Like we're gonna be shocked. Like, wait a minute.
mm-hmm.
You didn't handle it with care. We wouldn't accept it from Chick-fil-A, so why be accepting it from Sesame Street? We should all ride it. We should figure out who this person is.
Yeah, bro, you know the internet is on it. Then it's only a matter of time. The internet finds out everything. Like that is pissing off the internet is the scariest thing in the world. They find out weird shit about you, like stuff you shouldn't even. People shouldn't even know. You're like, wait, I posted that. That's how you end up. You're like, that was
You're like, that was in 2009. Stop.
what's going on?
Like
I was in high
I was
school.
ignorant then. Like I was in middle school. Don't judge me.
Exactly.
Because you know the internet gonna find it because they did that to Kevin Hart. Like they did
Bro,
that to Kevin Hart.
after
God.
here's the part that killed me about the Kevin Hart situation. They brought
Mhm.
that back up, and he had already apologized for it already, and he apologized
And
for
then
it a second time. So
I
this
know
is
I
the
don't think he
third.
wanted
This is
to
the third
apologize
time.
about the second time.
No. It's the same. It's the same incident. He's apologized for the same incident, which was gonna be 3 times, and that's why he was like, "I'm not gonna apologize the third time for something," because the first time he had to apologize for it was I think it was a little bit after he made it or whatever. It was sometime after he made it. All right, cool. He apologized. Boom.
Yeah,
Then it
I
was
know.
like he went on tour. Something came up or whatever. People brought it back up. He apologized again. He said, "Hey, I was ignorant then. It was a bad joke. Excuse me. It was in bad taste. Whatever." All right, cool. And then 2000, what was that? 19, 20, you know what I'm saying? Came around 2020 and they wanted him to apologize again. And he was like, nah,
Should you hold people hostage for things that they said like in the past? Should you hold people hostage?
I personally really disagree with that notion. Like people change, people say dumb shit all the time. My thing is, what do your actions say? What do your actions say? Like if your actions line up differently and you had a lapse in judgment, because anything can happen in a day, and you say something and you don't realize like how fucked up it really is. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Then you can think back on it, reflect, and apologize afterward. But your actions, like doing something foul, is completely different. He just tweeted something. It wasn't even like it was a joke stand up. It was a tweet,
Mhm.
and everybody know Twitter back in the day was wild. Like, bruh, anybody that has
I don't
a
have a
Twitter
Twitter.
account that's dated, I joined in 2011 or sooner, they need to be canceled because they got a tweet.
They done messed up and said
Mhm.
something. I don't have a Twitter, so I really don't even know how Twitter really works. I just know you tweet things. I feel like it's like a page full of statuses, like on Facebook.
Yeah, it's statuses, some pictures, some videos, nothing
So
too
it's basically
crazy.
like Facebook. Just
No, but it's in more in a timeline format, and it's more in the explore their trending page is in real time, so you know what everybody is talking about at the time. So if everybody's talking about one thing, it's going to trend to number one, and this is globally what everybody number one is talking about. Then it goes two, three, four, five, six, all the way down.
so Sesame Street was trending. That's what you
They
say.
were number one, but by the time I seen it, they were number five. They were number five when I got online, and I said, "Ooh, y'all are number five right now." Because it was like I want to say it was like maybe I seen something about it that last night. Was it last night or was it the other day? It was the other day. I seen something about it Sunday, but I couldn't watch it because I was driving back from Nashville. So I didn't watch it till I was at work, yeah, like at lunch, and I'm like, damn, that's what I was saying. I'm like 72,000 comments. Like that's what I was like in 12 hours. I said, bro, y'all got people pissed because it was 72 on the first apology and it was another 60 on the second apology. I said, that's 130,000 people that had nothing better to do but to roast y'all ass. That means there's even more angry
It
people
happens
out
all the
there.
time.
There's more angry people out there
They are
because
outraged. They
mhm.
are infuriated with anger and rage because there's no way that they can allow Sesame Street to treat these babies like
Oh my god. Exact. Okay.
that.
You're stupid. But no, but for real though, to really like the question you asked though, that's a really good question. Like I'm all for forgiving people. Like you know what I'm saying, other mistakes. Now, there are things you can say that are absolutely egregious.
Hmm.
And that's a cancelable offense, but people are too quick to say things are violence, like, oh my god, I can't believe you say that, that's violence against our community. Like, no, it's not. Relax, take a deep breath, relax, because if you were born in the earlier years, like I want to say like 64 and back, folks was dying over that stuff. Folks was dying over that stuff. It wasn't a game. Like people out here,
Hmm.
oh, things are more violent. I said, no, crime has steadily went down. It only spiked back up after COVID, but it's not even close to where it was. Like people were really dying. It's just they police didn't have the resources nor the technology to catch everybody.
That is true because they think Ted Buddy killed over like 100 women,
Yeah,
and
they
I
just
know
didn't have the technology.
I mean,
They ain't had the science.
even well, I don't want to be on the podcast to say this, but even now, they still can't fully track when people really go missing. Like truck drivers can really get away with a lot of stuff. They really were, you know,
Oh
sugarcoaters.
yeah, yeah. Truck drivers be wilding, man. They be living some wild lives. They be living
They
some wild
could, they can. There was this guy that's on YouTube and he was talking about the stuff that people could do to women. And but he slipped up and said, "Yeah, because like they be looking for somebody, and I'm already in New York. You're in New York, sir. So you do this? You do this? This is what you do
lives.
to women? Scared me.
Yeah,
Scared me.
yeah, that dude wild and he bugging because like I used to talk to a girl that was a truck driver and like she was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'll hit you up whenever I'm back their way. And I was like, all right, cool. That sounds like a great plan to me. So she's out there, do whatever she do. She come back through. Hey, I'm at whatchamacallit. How far is that from you? I said, close enough. Like that was my answer. I didn't say she probably said, hey, you close enough. Shoot. And
Right.
I pull up, man, and we just hang out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get
Yeah.
dinner, hang
Yeah.
out, you know what I'm saying? And then you know. But yeah, like it was just was what it was what it was. Um, but like they have so much autonomy and there's so much like I've never felt more like so I'm starting to realize as older as I get like how sensitive I am to the energy that people carry. Like I
Oh
can I
yeah.
can I can literally I can literally see darkness. Like I can see darkness. Like I can
You're
see
an empath.
I guess so. Like cuz I literally see darkness. I'm like, "Yo, you have something terrible. Like you are terrible. Something's wrong. Like with you or around you, something severely wrong. Like it feels like death. Honest. Like I can feel it. And then like you have other people where it's not I won't say it's as bad, but they have like a haze over them and I call the people with haze over them like it's they're either putting up a facade or they're not someone you're meant to interact with. Like there's somebody that's meant to be there. They're just passing through. Like you're not meant to reach out to that person. They're just passing through your life. And everybody with light is someone that's supposed to be around you or be in your life now, whether that be seasonally or forever. Um, that's that's up for you to discern and find out. But yeah, I only mess with people that have a certain light
Like,
to them.
or so I was just gonna say, because you said you see a haze. So like people, well, I was reading something and talk about like auras, like they're your
Hmm.
vibrations that you have emits a certain light, and
Hmm.
that people claim that they can pick up on it. I can't. But I have felt like I am an empath. Like when I interact with people, they are going through some type of dark season, and then I heal them either with my words, my presence, or my actions to be able to get out and go. But they never stay. They never
Mm.
permanent. But so
Mm.
I tend to gravitate towards the darker people. I have a trauma, a complex where I'm like, I can fix them. I've stopped doing that because now I'm damaged. But
So
yeah, I used to be like, they're so dark and
the
mysterious.
the thing is, technically, you would fall more under the category of like a healer, and what you're supposed to do is just stay within arm's length of that person, and you're supposed to be their way station as they in or a checkpoint as they like check in with you, and then they grow and they grow beyond you, and you're someone they never forget because you're a changing point. You know what I'm saying? You're a pivot point for them. You're not supposed to actually directly ever involve with them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but when am I gonna get my forever?
no, but no, no, but see, no, that's the thing. That's the thing. You're seeing the person that you're supposed to heal as a romantic entrance when they were never supposed to be that. That's not the person that you're supposed to be romantically involved with. You the feeling that you feel towards them is, and that's more of, that's a different, that energy and that feeling is yourself telling, is you telling you that you need to like interact with to heal them, but you're not supposed to be with them.
With
Like,
them, yeah, and
yeah,
I'll be feeling
like,
myself abused.
yeah, because you're
Like, let me
supposed to
fall
keep
in
in
love
that
with you
arm's
and
length.
love you with my. Because so you have seen that video with what's her name? Not just hilarious, but Shane Booty and Jess. What's her name? You know what I'm talking about though.
I know who you're talking about. You
She's
ain't.
like, I
I don't know her
held
name
my
either.
love as my flex. And then so don't get me wrong, I am a submissive woman and I love to care for my man if
Hmm.
he obviously brings the dominant nature that I desire, then I would love to do that.
Hmm.
But I need some reciprocity because he should be taking care of me too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but she didn't give that energy because she was just like, well, what does he do for you? And she was just like, what? What does he do for you? Sis? He doesn't do anything for you at all? Like,
So, and here's the thing. Here's the thing with her, and this the energy I felt from her. She's so busy playing her role and doing what she's supposed to do. She's not taking account or keeping count of what he's doing for her back. Clearly, there's a positive relationship there to where she's getting enough back to continue what she's doing. But the thing is, a lot of people want to play the scorecard game where, okay, I do this for you, you do this for me. I keep forgetting this screen is so much smaller because I can't see my hand. I do this for
mhm,
you, you do this for me, and thus, like, you keep up this thing ongoing and you keep up a score, and eventually, you know what I'm saying, if the person is in a rough patch or whatever and you're keeping score the whole time, you're gonna look and see you ran up the board, and now it's
and
a
you ain't got
hundred it's a
nothing back.
hundred points to 65, and you're like, yo, where you been at, what you been doing? And if you actually are just in it with them and you're helping them out and you're on their team, you're not looking at the score because you're just looking at trying to win with them.
Mhm.
Too many people are, you're in competition with your partner on being the best partner, when you're supposed to be with each other on being the best team, and then y'all are in competition with life and the obstacles of life, not each other. And I think that's a lot of people's problem. They're too busy keeping score. Like, you can't do that. I've done it already.
It's on the
Don't do it. Don't do it.
For me, it depends on the nature of the relationship because I do like transactional relationships. I
Oh,
do thrive in those because
I'm
I'm always
not.
going to return my
Mhm.
favor.
Look, I'm not saying the person. is not doing anything for you, or you just be a doormat or whatever. All I'm saying is to not have it be transaction for transaction and always trying to keep this zero balance. Like that's
Mhm.
not gonna work. It's not gonna work. That's putting undue pressure on y'all's relationship when y'all should just be just doing for another. And reciprocity should just be natural. It should just be natural. It should just be the natural flow of things. And if y'all are naturally playing your roles, y'all are gonna the man is gonna provide for you. You are going to be your nurturing, submissive self, and everything is going to be great and wonderful and good. It's just everybody has to play their role. And a lot of
Yeah,
times people get with people that aren't even in their role. They're not even themselves. They're not even whole within themselves. If you're not even whole within yourself, you're not even
you
happy
definitely
within
can.
yourself. You
Yeah, you
can't
shouldn't be in a
even
relationship.
start to make nobody else happy. It's not even a thought that you can even commit to. Like you'll start if eventually if you haven't healed, you're going to fail at being whole. You're going to fail at being what that person needs. You're going to fail because that crack, when the pressure starts, when the real pressure of the relationship starts, that little crack is going to grow just
Yep.
immediately.
Spread and break
Yeah,
like glass.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's gonna show in other ways too, and that's the part that gets people. Like, oh, I thought I healed this, and but you broke some, but something else is now broke because you
Mm.
didn't you didn't take the time to mend it back together. You healed the piece, but you didn't mend it back together. So your base
Mm.
just broke again. And now you find yourself back at square one all over again.
Yeah. I don't know. I have tried to repair relationships. I'm never good at repairing relationships. The beginning stage of the relationship, perfect. But when it starts to fail, I don't know how to fix them.
Hmm.
Be like, I don't know how to fix this. I'm about to
Hmm.
disappear. I'll see you in like 2 years.
It's not about fixing the relationship. It's about fixing yourself. Because if
That
you're
too.
right, if you're right,
You have to
then
say that.
you can literally see where things are failing at, and then you'll know right then and there, like, okay, I need to move around. And so instead of trying to fix a relationship, you just remove yourself from it. That's just it. You just remove yourself. And nothing
A lot
wrong
of
with that.
these. I was reading something or watching some podcast, and it was saying that relationships genuinely are a reflection of you. The things that are going wrong in relationships, it has a lot to do with you than the other person. And it resonated with me a lot because, like, if you think about something, if you see someone or you feel like for example, say you feel like someone's disrespecting you,
Hmm.
and to you, that's your perception of what disrespect is. To them, that's not their perception of what disrespect is. Because if it was, they wouldn't be doing it, right? And so, um,
Sometimes with that, but keep going.
I like to believe that people, well, this isn't true, but this is how I try to operate. I try to
Hmm.
treat people how I would like to be treated. So if I love
Hmm.
me, then I treat others with love because I would want them to love me
Right.
too. Right. And sometimes people treat other people subconsciously on how they feel about themselves. So if we're talking about disrespect, then if I have a lack of respect and boundaries within myself, then I'm disrespecting others because how could I possibly respect you and I don't even respect me?
Right.
Then that goes back to the whole relationship is a reflection of you thing is where I was going at.
Yeah. No, no,
So
no. That is very factual. Like everything I can say, everything that I found wrong with myself has been everything that I found that was wrong with all
and
all all prior engagements. That's how I'm gonna define them. All prior engagements. That was all me. That was all me. And now I'm just at a place. Now I'm at a place where it's kind of weird. Like I know what I want. I know exactly what type of energy I want. So I just don't, like, I don't even, like, it seems like I come off very even though people's like, oh, you're friendly, like, no, I'm very standoffish when it comes to like my interpersonal, space, like you can be around me, we can be cool, but when it comes to like my actual like person, like my interpersonal space, like I'm very like, nah, you're not finna get to know me. Like I'm not even finna trying to get to know you. Like I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Everything is good. Like I'm focused. I have things that matter to me. And
Mhm.
like to come to add someone else to it, those things you have to respect me and you have to respect everything that I'm actually doing as well. Because
Yeah.
if that's like if I stepped into your life and you are a let's just say you are a marine biologist, right? You're a marine biologist, and
Mhm.
I start off just throwing shit in the water, throwing shit in the ocean or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you clearly care about the environment. You clearly care about the ocean. If I
Mhm.
start just polluting and shit, like, you gonna
Going
feel
against
away.
my values. Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna feel away. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So your partner literally needs to reflect your core values at minimum, your core value, because the rest y'all can work on, but the core values stuff just not, you just not like, if you're a
Right.
Christian and the other person is a Satanist,
He's a
like,
Muslim
bruh,
or something.
like,
Yeah.
well, I mean,
It
no,
ain't gonna
no,
work.
no, like I've seen a Christian and a Muslim work
And
out,
a
like,
Muslim workout.
yeah, yeah, because it's about devotion to a higher power.
Okay.
So they
Let's.
both operated in, like, you know what I'm saying, when that person when the Muslim said, hey, I'm gonna pray to Allah, you know what I'm saying, like, his girl, she prayed to God, you know what I'm saying, she prayed to
Mhm.
Jesus, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
that was, and they
That
just
was the
they
commitment.
literally just operated the exact same as they would, except for their prayers were different,
Mhm.
but their end goal was the same, to connect and get in touch with God, their higher power,
Yeah.
and so it worked. It's still working. You know what I'm saying? To this day, it's still working, and that's just because that's where their focus is. And that's what you got to do. You got to have y'all's focus, y'all's end goal be the same.
The same. Yeah. Well, I'm not dating right now. Well, I tried, but then I was dating a white man, and then I don't hope
Oh,
I get trouble with this.
okay.
He leaned in to try to kiss me, and I was like, "Wait a minute, we are in a pandemic. We are in a pandemic, sir. This is the second date. Why are you trying to put your lips on me?"
Mm, mm,
Yeah,
mm,
I
mm.
liked him until he did that, and I was like, "Wait a minute, sir. This is new."
Wow. Well, buddy, down bad, bro. You down sad, bro. Down bad, down sad, man.
We gonna have this conversation off the podcast.
Okay.
So, what's the next question?
Little tiny violin, play the little tiny violin. What is that?
You don't gotta do me like that. What's the
Man,
next
you
question?
know, he called her Becky after that, man. You know he did. He called her his little Sarah. Called her little Sarah, you know what I'm saying? Had to get back right, had to shake back. You know what I'm saying? He had to shake back.
Because I'm really
That's like, hey,
we're
look,
gonna, we gonna talk about
this
this
is
because
toxic, but
do you
hey,
know how difficult it is to teach white people AAV, African American vernacular? Do you know?
oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, I was getting up. If we had, you was like,
This is the second time I've heard that in life. We had a whole podcast about that in season 2. Like I said, yo, what the does this even mean?
AAV, African American vernacular, because I was sitting and he was ready to go, and I was just chilling, and then he was like, "Are you ready?" And I was like, "Oh, let me get my life together." He was like, "What are you talking about? Your life is perfect." But you knew what that meant, right? You knew what that meant, right? As soon as I said, "Let me get my life together," you knew that meant I was picking up my purse and my keys, right? All right, I got more. I went to a funeral this weekend. The funeral started. They told us the funeral started at 2. I looked at the obituary. It was 2:30. I looked down at the obituary. The funeral started at 3. Because let me tell you, I was already mad because it was 2. It was 2:30. I was like, why the funeral ain't start? I looked down, funeral started at 3. They told us it was at 2. I texted him, I was like, the funeral started it starts at 3, but they told us it started at 2. This is the blackest thing ever. He was like, oh, so they're wearing all black. Sir, I know you know about CP time. I know you know about CP time.
Sorry.
Don't make me explain this to you because now I feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Like the negative stereotypes.
Oh, oh, bro. You definitely was his first piece of chocolate, cause God damn.
No, he said he dated another one when he was like 20 something. So
Oh no, she wasn't really black though.
she was from Chicago.
But she might not have been black. You can be from Chicago and not be black.
Okay.
For real, you could. She could have went to the preparatory school up there. Got great grades. You know what I'm saying? Had her degree. Because if she lived up in the area that you living in now, she probably not like all that like that. Like she probably slid up there. Slid down there from somewhere else. Went there for excuse me.
You have
Went
some
to
good
Fayetteville. Went to Fayetteville for either her undergrad or her grad school. You know what I'm saying? She went to get her little degree. You know what I'm saying? And
because
yeah.
I'm really black. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really, really black.
I'm black, y'all. Black.
I mean, Fred Hampton. This is Fred Hampton. Like
I was peeping the shirt the whole time. Like, damn. I might need to change the topic to something a bit more historical. Like,
Like I showed to him, I was like, if I was born in the 60s, 70s, I would have been a Black Panther and I would have did crack. He was like,
yeah,
I would have did
yeah,
crack. Or
yeah.
cocaine, one or the other. Whatever they was doing.
I want no parts. I would have been a square. They would have called me a square. 'Cause I want no parts. Nope.
I would have been into all the drugs. They would have been like, why is she a crackhead? Because it was fun. It was the thing to do.
Yeah, folks are wilding. Oh man. Man, but
Next
yeah.
topic.
Oh my God. Jeez. Okay. All right.
My bad. You're not talking about this
Oh
man,
my.
me.
Okay. All right. No, I was gonna try and get you off that so you could leave that man alone. Leave that man alone. Okay. Leave that man alone so he can get back. So he can get back to his Lisa. You know what I'm saying?
I know. He would have been so fun. He got a jet ski. Goodness.
hmm That man. He gonna be like, y'all. I don't know what happened. I thought I had her. Thought I did good.
Like on the second they say you leaned in, we in the middle of a pandemic. I don't want you on me. I don't want nobody on me, honestly. I don't want nobody. I just realized after that I do not want to date. And I just want to see where I'm at to go out because there's a lot of stuff to do and I don't want to do it alone. But I hang out by myself a lot.
Dang.
But after that, I realized I might have to continue just to do stuff by myself because if anybody lean in to kiss me, it's gonna be a problem because we are in the middle of a pandemic. And then they go on a date, and we already got Roe for versus Wade, and we're not doing that. We're not doing
Yeah. It's still legal in my state. Shout out to California. We up.
and I can't even drive to California because I got to be a resident. See, we ain't gonna talk about that because what the message is, I ain't having
No, you don't
nobody.
have to be. You don't have to be a resident of California. The governor put that in the thing. He said he don't care. He said he don't care. We gonna be a sanctuary. We not reporting nobody.
Bad.
He's like, you come there, you do your business.
I'm not gonna do it, but I have morals. I just
Yeah.
next topic.
Next topic. Yeah. Next topic. So anyway, so the other reason why we're here today, y'all, is we're here to talk about these old men. Okay, we talking about old. Okay, we talking about almost prehistoric old. Okay, we talking about 2 steps from the grave old men dating these young women. All right, young. So Elon Musk daddy decided, yo, son, I'm gonna give you a son. Mind you, Elon is like 50 years old. So his daddy gotta be pushing like 78.
70. Yeah.
And that man
78-ish.
that man's shooting up the club at 78. I mean, granted, he's old. I doubt he has the dexterity to pull out anymore. But that man definitely shot up her club and got her pregnant. And now
Yes, she did.
he gonna have a little sister at 50. Could you imagine being 50 talking about I got a little sister?
I was sad about it when I was 20, talking about I got a little sister. I am 20 years older than my little sister.
Damn,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, I got a little sister that's like 6 or 7.
Oh god, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's disgusting. But a lot of men, so that's another conversation about my dating life. A lot of men go after younger women, and it's for multiple reasons. Recently, I had a guy try to date me, and I
Mhm.
didn't even realize that he was like 40 something.
Oh wow.
And he ended up telling me his life, and he shared that he had a 17-year-old daughter, and that he was previously married for like 18 years, and just a
That
lot of.
man had a lot of life, a lot of time in life.
He was 40 something.
17
He had a lot of life.
years of
All
marriage.
right. Yeah, and so one of the things that so I just
Not even
asked
time.
him. And I just asked him because he shared with me that he was like an aspiring actor
Mhm.
at one point in his life. So to let me know that he didn't have the money that he wanted to have when he was married, because he now is like IT. He's building his house. I can tell that he's making a good amount of money now. So I asked him. I said, "Are you searching for younger women because you want to redo?" He like want to redo in life. Like he wants kids now. He wants to like redo everything that he did wrong in his marriage with another woman. He was like, yes. And I was like, are you choosing younger women because they're easier to control? He said yes. And you
Wow.
know what?
That
I
is
wasn't even mad. I wasn't even mad. I didn't like him. And it wasn't because he said yes. It was merely because he's 42 and my dad is 49. You're
oh
six
shit.
years younger than my dad. I can't
Oh,
I can't bring you home.
oh,
My dad will. Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, he's 42.
Mm-hmm.
Sir. He was handsome though. But
That's
but
crazy.
women like older men because they think that they're done being in the streets. And to an extent, depending on the type of man you get, that could be true. And the reason why I would say that is because if you get a man that's older, he ain't never been married, there's a reason why he ain't never been married.
So, mm-hmm. I know. Go
But if
ahead.
he was married, but if you do get it with a guy that's divorced, it's not that he can't commit. He may have some damage from his previous marriage, but he does display that he can be committed or want to possibly be committed because he was married, and you might have a future.
I mean, unless he was cheating the whole time, but that's neither here nor there. Um, you
Yeah, but
know.
that's for a whole nother discussion that we can be
Yeah,
having.
yeah, yeah. But I want to say this about the um I guess okay, I'll just start back from the top. So first of all, dude is sick, okay? Dude is sick. I,
Yeah,
I
that's
want to say
nasty.
that off top. He's sick. He's sick. Guys dating younger women, it's just it's just a normal thing. Like it's it's it's
It's been
like
normalized.
you're men are just attracted to youthful looking women. Like, you know what
That
I'm
is
saying?
true.
Like they want their woman to be youthful, like because that means that it's just biologically ingrained in us to say that, oh, she's still fertile. You know what I'm saying? Like she's still able to have kids. She's still blah blah blah. Outside of medical conditions and all this other shit, like she's still in that good range for us. That's biologically how we're thinking. Um, and then the other piece is, man, why in the world am I drawing a blank right now? That's so crazy.
Men are visually dominated.
I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. The visual is just off rip. The visual's off rip. Like, oh my god, she looks great. He looks great,
Yeah.
man. I'm not even
It's
gonna.
even true
I,
for men that's not even
I'm not.
heterosexual. Homosexual men still look after younger men because of the youth aspect of visual dominance.
Hmm. And women and women go for the older guy, because the older guy typically has more security. He's more stable. Um, he's more mature. He knows what he wants. And I will say this. This is what I wanted to say. Excuse me, about the settle down piece. The man will settle down with the right woman, and that's
Yeah.
it. If you're not the right woman, he's he's gonna keep looking. If you're not the right man for that woman, she might even go as far as marrying you, but it's not gonna last.
And you know, I was telling somebody this. This is so off topic, but
No, go
I was
ahead.
I'm sorry. So I was telling somebody this weekend about I was having a discussion. I was like, my relationships, how everybody say like relationships are based off of
Hmm.
trust, which is true, right? But like the
Yeah.
first thing for my relationships for me is my relationship has to be based off of respect, because I understand that if I don't
Yeah.
respect you as a man, my mouth gets sporty. And and
Hmm.
we in a recession right now, so poverty and violence go hand in hand. So if I got a sporty mouth, homeboy might hit my head
Oh
in
my
between those
God, dude.
dishwashers.
Chill,
You know what I'm
relax.
saying? But that is true. But a lot of
Oh,
somebody's
that's
joining.
no, that was me. I hit the button. I hit the button.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay. So a lot of men don't realize that women pay attention to how you move. We pay
mhm,
attention to how you handle people, how you operate, who you deal with, how you handle your finances, how you handle your finances in business, how you allow other people to treat you, how you allow people to talk to you, and in that, or even how you allow us to talk to you. And if
mhm.
you let us run the relationship too much, or you don't have a lot of control of the relationship, we will begin to resent you. And a lot of men don't realize that. A lot of men don't realize that.
And you know what? You know what's even crazier? You know what's even crazier?
What?
Y'all slick like toxic shit. Like slick, just on like on the slick. Y'all slick do. Cause a lot of times, a lot of the good qualities, if done too much, it just naturally just becomes toxic. But it's still the thing you want. It's just a little too much of it. But you're just like, at least I'm getting it. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not. So if okay, there's a whole
Yeah,
nother
go ahead.
conversation. I hope I don't forget. It Women will test you just to see how far they can go. And if you don't put a stop to it in the beginning, then yes, the respect is lost, and then the toxicity will start to create, because you're gonna feel like your manlyhood is being tested. And at this point, she's treating you like a child because she don't even look at you like a man. You know what I'm saying? But dang, I just forgot.
No,
Is
you got
there
it.
is
You got it.
do you think that's why women date older guys, because maybe they have a father complex, like daddy issues?
So that's slick. That's slick. A
Oh,
part
now I
part of
remember
it.
what I meant to say.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Say what you got to say. I'm
No,
gonna let you
no,
finish
no.
that part.
The toxicity. Sorry, the toxicity. Like, people really chase toxic relationships, and I can say, because my marriage was so toxic, and I stayed in it because it was fun. Now it was unhealthy and I was unhappy, but it was fun. And now that I've been single for X amount of years, at one point, when there was, no more toxicity, I became bored, and I became so disgusted with being bored that I was searching for any chaos anywhere with anything. I'll be online trying to find chaotic things. I will be in my friend's business trying to find chaotic stuff, because I didn't have any chaos going on in my life. But now that I'm at peace, I won't let nobody fuck up my peace. I will sit in the house and stare at the wall for hours before I deal with something. Like,
Watching paint dry ass.
right? I don't be doing anything. My life is good. So I don't
Facts.
know.
Facts. I feel that. Like, as far as like, I feel like finding peace, like as a man, has made me more. Definitely made me more like actually like I guess like in a way, I don't know, I don't even know how to say it. Like it just made me more of a man, in a way, because it's just like I have clear like, nah, you're not gonna do that. Like you like this is not gonna happen. Like, cool, you can go. You can go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, no. Nah, like leave. Like, get out. You know what I'm saying? Like, like before I was very like, you know what I'm saying? I was a bit more like, well, why? You know what I'm saying? Whoop, whoop, whoop. But I don't have that in me no more. I'm just like, all right, bye. Like, you can go.
Mm-hmm.
You
Because
can
you don't
go.
have to tolerate that. You don't have to. Nobody should.
Mm-mm.
You know?
Nobody should at all. You know what I'm saying? And I was a bit I would say I was a bit too accommodating in a sense. Like I was a bit too more like ready. I was too ready to compromise with people. You know what I'm saying? I was too ready to like negotiate and like, oh, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about it.
But
Sometimes,
that's
sometimes
healthy.
it it is and isn't. It is and isn't in a way. Some things don't need to be talked about. They just need to be squashed right then and there. Like it's wrong.
True. True.
It's wrong. There's no need to discuss what's wrong. Like it's wrong. Like, no, hey, this is wrong. Don't do this again. Don't do XYZ
Mhm.
again and leave it there. Just flat. Like that shouldn't even be a discussion. You know what I'm saying? Because once you start crossing lines of respect, like you were saying earlier, like that respect, like once the respect is gone, that's it. That's it. Once she starts respecting you as a man, like that's it. That's it. It's
Right.
gone. You
You
know what I'm
gotta
saying?
go. You need to
You,
go.
you can't
You need
and
to go.
you can't reestablish respect either. Like respect is
I
gone, it's gone.
disagree. I
I
disagree.
I feel I'll let you go. I feel like once that happens, once that happened and it's broken, like there's being disrespectful and there's not having respect for someone. If you just
I
completely
disagree.
lack respect for that person and who they are, like there's like nothing that person can do. Especially if they haven't done anything technically wrong, they're just not doing the things that you want them to do. Like there's nothing else you can do.
I I feel like respect can be well, not regained, but I feel like respect can be reestablished and with time of absence though. And like with and the reason why I will use a scenario. So I'm reading this book. It's called Laws of Human Nature. One chapter
Mm-hmm.
was talking about allow your absence to it's something like allow your absence to prove your glory or something like that. And basically like Coco Chanel, I don't know if you know about Coco Chanel, but Coco Chanel used to be a I forget what they used to call it, but she was basically a side chick. Like she was a mistress, and the guys that she was pursuing would pay for her, like they would pay for her studios and they paid for her fabrics, so she was selling clothes, and then she became extremely famous. And then she got with another guy. He invested in her perfume line. So then she started, she had clothes and perfume, and she became extremely popular in like Paris, like that. But during
Mm-hmm.
the time they had the Nazis, she was like she supported not the Nazis,
Mm,
and it got out, and everybody started looking at her differently, and people stopped supporting her. So she basically went to like Australia and disappeared for like 15 years, and then she came back during the time of John F. Kennedy's wife, and she started allowing her to wear some of her clothes so that she can get publicity. And then people started saying like, oh my god, I love Coco Chanel, I love Coco Chanel. They forgot that she was a Nazi supporter. Like they didn't remember all the things that she said during that time because she was gone for X amount of years. So I say that it can be reestablished, but with absence. You have to go
mm.
away for a person to redesign their image of you. It sucks, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. I can get behind that. I can get behind that. I mean, okay, I'll say this part. If you want to rebuild that relationship, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? You can go absent, you can come back, and you rebuild that relationship. If
I
you
hope
don't
it
have
hope
interest
it
in
works.
rebuilding that relationship, just don't come
Just
back.
go.
Don't come
Yeah.
back. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them come back, and you know what I'm saying. Keep it pushing. But I women, women want like it's just I don't I only find it egregious that this man is that fucking old. And I think the girl is like 20. Like, bro, like I know you cut a check.
You have
I
daughters
know you
that
cut the check.
age.
I know you cut the check for the cheeks. I know you did. Like,
That's
you ain't gotta say
pedo
it.
like. It is disturbing for men to attempt to pursue women. I mean, I understand that from a primal state that you are attracted to younger and youthful, but y'all don't even have you're not even in the same bracket to have conversations that match. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like they're in separate, almost two separate generations.
No, they are.
They
The,
yeah.
the
They're in
generation in
completely
between
different
is
generations.
Elon. The third one down.
I
matter
don't
of
even
fact,
think
matter of
she's in
fact,
Elon's generation. You know what I'm
no,
saying?
she's not. She's not an Elon generation, and she's not in the one under Elon either. Because there's so much stuff that happened, and like her group, they're the ones that's just all they know is cell phones. Like if that girl, here's how I
Right.
see it: if you've ever seen a rotary phone, you can't date a woman that ain't seen a cord phone, like a actual phone with a cord,
Like a house phone.
a house
Right.
phone.
You
If
you
she
ain't
ain't
seen
ever
the
seen a house
type
phone,
machine.
right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, she ain't seen no typewriter, none of that. Like, hey,
She
bruh,
don't even know what the AOL dial-up symbol look like.
bruh, look, she wasn't on MySpace. Like, bruh, bruh,
When
mm-mm,
Facebook was first established, she was born into that. You're right. Yeah,
right.
that is disturbing.
Your first page on Instagram was a baby page. Like, stop it, stop it, stop it.
Yeah,
Stop it. We not doing this. Mm-mm.
yeah. Nah, you got some valid points.
Yeah,
But it's creepy that he's because at this point, because they don't have any type of conversations, you can't possibly love her. Because what is she doing? She's not
no,
doing
he can love
anything for
her.
you to love.
He
What
could love her. He could love her. He could love
you think
everything
so?
that he could love everything that she does and all the youthful energy that she brings to him. You know what I'm saying? And how she carries herself and like and how she makes him feel. He could be in love with all of that. My question is now that we've established where he's at mentally, because I know it's pure benefit for him. He's getting his rocks off at 70 something. That has to be great. You know what I'm saying? On some level, like feeling as a man, like, I'm still able to do it. Like, but at the same time, like I'm looking at this girl and I'm like, yo, what is your problem? That old? Like where's your character at? Like, and I had this conversation on my friend's debate panel. Like at some point you have to question the person that's participating, also participating in it, their character and their integrity. You know what I'm saying? Like that is a character flaw to for money do something that you would not do normally. You're getting bought out. Like that's literally what had happened. You're being bought out every single time, and you're doing things you don't want to do. You're disgusted. You want to throw up. You're taking really long showers afterward. Might be crying in that hole. You know what I'm
But
saying?
why are
With
you
things you have to do.
doing it though?
Because they're doing it for the bags, for the clothes, for the money, for the nice things, for the status
I
of it
have so
all.
many controversial statements that I want to say, but it's because it's not progressive, it's not politically correct. But there was this one, Lord, I hope you don't get in trouble for this. There was this
You'll be all
one
right.
girl, she came out and she was saying it was like a 15-year-old girl came out and said that she was a part like she did something in the Playboy Mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Like Hugh Hefner must have took advantage of her in the Playboy Mansion. She was 15. But my question was, why were you there? Where were your
Mm-hmm.
parents at? You are 15. What do you think? And I feel so bad because it sounds so horrible and I'm blaming the victim, but what did you think was gonna happen in the Playboy Mansion? Like it's the Playboy Mansion for a reason. It's a sex house.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I hold all dumb mistakes equal. If I'm hanging out with gangbangers and drug dealers, and I'm on the, you know what I'm saying, and I know they have ops, and then the ops run the block and they just get to spraying, at people and I get shot, well, what did I think was going to happen? These guys are killers.
Mm-hmm.
And they have problems with other killers. If I get shot, that's my problem. I did that to myself. I knew
Mm-hmm.
better. I knew there was a risk, but I was enjoying whatever I was getting back from the situation. I was enjoying it. I was happy with it. And that's what a lot of people aren't, they can't swallow within themselves, is that you were doing something dumb and you were enjoying it in the moment. And in hindsight, you're like, oh, this stuff is bad. They did this to me at this point in time, way back in the day. Whatever, it's bad. Sure, we can all agree. Yes, it was bad. How the fuck ever? Why were you there?
Right. Why were you agreeing to it was a lot of stuff. Like they were talking about like Hugh Hefner used to make them sign NDAs and they would go and they would serve food to these men naked. But I'm like, at any moment, at any point, you could have left. You could have walked out of that building with your dignity and put your clothes on and left. But
Mhm.
you chose to say you chose to do that job, and then you have to take, so you have to take, I wouldn't say you have to take what comes with it, but I am saying the shame that you feel
Mhm.
afterwards, you will have to take that with you. You can't put that shame on somebody else because they set the standard for you and you already knew what it was.
Mhm.
They told you this before you took your clothes off, and then you decided to go in there. Now you coming out feeling dirty and shameful, but you now I'm not saying Hugh Hefner was right because I think he was popping pills too,
Oh
like
yeah, he was on that Viagra strong. He was out here like Quagmire.
no, I think
He-
he was giving the women pills. I think he was giving the
Oh,
women
yeah,
pills
he
too.
had the
So
Quaaludes
that's
too.
not right. That's not
He
right.
had the
But
Quaaludes too.
I am saying that though, like you go here to do a service. This is a sex house. I wouldn't have felt safe. I wouldn't have felt comfortable putting myself in that type of environment. I'm not shaming these women, but I am saying be a little smarter.
My thing is,
And now we questioning where the heck was your parents at.
okay. So look, week one. Let's say week one, you're there. All right, cool. You made a mistake. You realize this is a lot worse than you think it is. You should leave. By month one, I'm like, you're now 30 days in. You've now formed a habit of doing these things.
Right.
You've now established that you're okay with it. You can't tell me nothing at a year talking about some yo. I didn't want to do that. Like no, you formed a habit. It takes 30 days
Okay.
to form a habit. You formed a habit of doing these things. You are used
Right.
to the lifestyle now. You're in too deep. You feel like you in too deep and you might as well not quit. And so now you're a retired Playboy bunny at like 20 fucking years. And you're like, yo, feel sorry for me. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, that's not gonna work. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with strippers. Strippers are not gonna put they were a stripper on their resume. Like when you work that work experience, you no stripper is putting I was a stripper on their work resume. Like let's keep it a band. You going to go work for that Fortune 500, you're not gonna put stripper on your resume. It's not gonna
No.
happen.
No.
You're not gonna put exotic dancer on there. You might put
No.
dancer and say you danced and like finesse it in some type of way, but you're
I probably
never.
wouldn't even do that. I
I
would be like I
know.
was a consultant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like people are gonna find anything else to say but that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it just
They
is
want to
what it
put
is.
shame on themselves.
Mhm. And people
Yeah.
act like there's not like and I was debating this too on last Thursday. Like people act like there's not certain jobs that are held in like of great status and other ones that are not, that we look down upon. Like
Mm-hmm.
it just is what it is. It's human society. It's human
And
society.
yeah, and then you just have to decide on whether that's something that you're willing to accept for your image. Are you
Mhm.
willing? Like, are you willing to accept? If I was to be a stripper, I will go be a stripper in a completely different state. Completely different state. And then when I finally, if I was doing it, say if I was doing it for money to pay for school or something, and after I did what I did, I would finish school and go to a completely different state and erase my life. But
Mm-hmm. But the
But
thing
I don't
is,
know. I would never be a stripper.
in this day and age, with the cell phones and photos and videos, whatever, something's
I
gonna
was gonna come
resurface
out.
somewhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, we not no
you
Players
really
Club
like
type of.
people don't realize like they're this new generation. You don't get to make the same mistakes that we did because you're too busy one holding everybody accountable for past mess they did. So now you're gonna be held accountable for mess you did, and you don't get to
And we
live the
always
human
proclaim with our
experience
life.
of fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else that's older and telling you you're being dumb by doing this and this cancel culture is stupid isn't
Mm-hmm.
telling you that because they don't like you or they want to allow what happened to go on. Like, no, they understand the fact that we are human and people fuck up. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't understand that, you clearly haven't lived. Clearly haven't lived because you're gonna fuck up one day. And you're gonna say people don't judge me for this. I made a mistake. And you're gonna get crucified, and you'll be like, "Why am I getting crucified?" And that's because of you. You put this energy out there. You set the tone, and you gotta live with it.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. For but yes, the whole men dating younger women thing, that is disgusting. I place a limit on my
Oh,
age. I do. I stop at 37.
okay, okay. That's what I wanted to ask you. That is what I wanted to ask you.
Do I got an age limit?
What is the up and down limit for age that you find acceptable?
Well, right now, at one point it was 5, but I am going up. It's sometimes it's 8, sometimes it's 10, depending on the person. But
Mm-hmm.
honestly, the state that I'm in right now, because I'm still young, like in my 20s, but I'm too old in my 20s. It makes sense. Like I'm about to be 27, but I'm not mature enough to really fully date someone in their 30s, especially late 30s. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm kind of like in that. I don't want to date nobody my age, but I can't really go too high in age. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lot. It's a lot of things that's keeping me. But sorry, is I can't really go. Sorry, I don't date people my age, and I can't really go too high up in the
Mm-hmm.
30s. But if I dated, say for example, say if I dated just 5 years older, that would be like what, 30, 31, 32, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I They are probably already taken. So the ones that are available, remember I said earlier about men, they want to redo, they be in their 40s, their relationships failed, and they be ready to start over again. I
Mm-hmm.
can't date you because I'm not mature enough yet. Like I'm not there yet. So I will have to trust you because they're trying to mold me. I will have to trust that you will mold me properly. Like I would have to trust that you will lead and guide me the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know if I want that for my life because I'm in the military and that's a whole nother conversation. That's
Mm-hmm.
something else. So
So
yeah, it's a lot.
I would say I'm like I'm minus what am I? I'm 31. Minus 6
Mm-hmm.
plus 4. Minus 6 plus 4. That's my age range
So you
because
go 6 below, a 4 up.
yeah, I'll go just depending on maturity level. I'm saying like that's my limit. Like if somebody like dead ass was like told me like, yo, I'm 24, like what's good? I'm like, no, I can't do this. I can't fucking do this. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm like
Mm-hmm.
I'm backing out. I'm immediately backing out of the situation.
No, it's
But at
fair.
the, you know what I'm saying? Like just because you have not experienced enough life. Like we the difference in our mentality is gonna become very apparent at some point.
Yeah, and they get so insulted. Like I used to get so insulted. I'm mature for my age, and I look back on, I'm like, no, you weren't. They just told you
Mhm.
that because they needed you to believe that so you can keep on doing what they wanted you to do with them. Um,
Mhm.
but even then, like I have a friend that dates older women, and he's always talking about some the older women are just like the younger women. The only reason why they're dating you is because they probably can't do the stupid stuff that they do with older men that they do with you because you
Mhm.
allow it. And I know that you are immature because of how you deal with me, and I'm just your friend.
Damn.
I'm just your friend. You don't know how to navigate, like you don't know how to navigate a friendship properly because you can't get your emotions out of friendship. You're
Mm.
not my man, so I'm not gonna call you every day. I'm not gonna text you every day. I'm not gonna answer your phone calls when you call me. But you don't understand your role because you're just a friend. And now that I see that you can't regulate or control your emotions in our friendship, I can only imagine how you acted in a relationship.
Oh, your buddy wilding.
Yeah.
Wilding.
Yeah.
Man, poor dude,
Real
man.
bad.
Man, that's tough. That's tough. Like man, like yeah, like controlling your emotions is like a high thing. Like I can no longer date I can no longer date women that are like emotionally unstable. Like
Mhm.
in any way. Like if you're emotionally broken, cool, go heal. Go
Mhm.
heal. I literally had a girl, she was like some she like, I don't like the way you said it, blah 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 blah. Like she came at me a certain type of way. I said, hey, you need to go heal from your last relationship. Cause this sound you sound
Mhm.
hurt. I said, you sound real hurt. I'm like, hit me up when you healed. And then
Mhm.
I never text her again.
Mm.
Ever.
What was it? Wait a minute. What was it? Now I'm curious.
Like no, like it was literally like, you ever said something to somebody and she basically she got to like popping off. You know what I'm saying? Like she got
Going off. She
like
just
yeah, you know what
started.
I'm saying? Like
Yeah, she
she
got
got real
triggered.
defensive. You know what I'm saying? And was popping off. And really, it was just a regular question. Like it was just a normal, like how we've been having this conversation. I asked you something, and
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? You're willing to open up and answer it, right?
Mhm.
She felt like my question was an attack on her character when it was not an attack on your character. I'm just trying to see where you're at. I'm like, if you feel like everything, if that type of question, just a question of getting to know you, is an attack on you, you need to go heal because clearly,
Mhm.
whatever happened in your previous relationship has hurt you to the point where you don't even want to reveal who you are anymore. You want to stay safe and be the person that you created in your head and not be yourself. And I can't marry the fake persona that you've
Yeah,
created
that
in your
fake
head to
version of
protect
you.
yourself.
But I think I had said this in a previous podcast about how people have they have the image of themselves that they want you to believe because that's the
Mhm.
version of themselves that they aspire to be. They wake
Yeah.
up every day to be this person. And of course you fall short of your goals. And it hurts when people see through that, right? When people don't see the image that the face that you put on, that hurts.
Mhm.
And for her, it wasn't a matter of it, like I remember I said about the how relationships are as a reflection of
Mhm.
you. Like you said, you may have said something that triggered her, and it was because maybe that's a part of her that she's been trying to fix, that she's been working on, and
Mhm.
now that you see it, then it made her vulnerable because every day I work on this part of me. Every day I like if, say for example, you have something in your home that you work
Mhm.
on every day, that you fix and you try to make sure it looks good, and then somebody comes and be like, that don't look good. What you mean don't look good? I work on this
Mhm. Right.
every day.
Man.
Yeah, that no, but I would have said to her, I would have started asking like, why did you react to me that way? I didn't say that to you, you know.
Man, I didn't even bother because I already understood what was going on. Like,
Yeah.
and
Do you
plus
feel like you're gonna miss out on a lot of people
it was
though?
way too no, it was way too early on though. Like, I want to say I was like 2 days into talking to her. I had no vested interest in getting to know her further. Like I was like, yo, you gotta go. Like I just don't, I just didn't have it in me. And plus I myself, like my last situation, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like it was what it was. Like I learned what I need to learn. I've been chilling and I'm just now getting back out here talking to people. And like I'm like I looked as soon as she said what she said, I immediately thought of that other person and I was like, nope, this not gonna happen. I'm like, go heal, bye.
Mm.
Go he'll buy.
I did have,
I still ain't heard back from her, which is great.
but you know what? In saying that, you probably made her realize that she does need to heal a little bit more, so that way she don't mess up their relationship for the next person.
Hmm. And hopefully she's doing great. Hopefully she's doing great and she's doing good. It's been
But
yeah.
the older you get, the older you get. Oh, that's another answer for why men date younger women. The older you
Mhm.
get, the more if you, especially if you date within your age range, women will be damaged from previous relationships. So
See,
you
women
will
don't
have to
even admit
deal
this
with the
shit.
trauma. Yeah, you will have to deal with the trauma from a previous relationship that a woman had to be subjected to. It's like you can't just be sitting there like, bye. I mean, you can end up being, you said you can end up being like that guy that I met that was 42 that
Hmm.
chose a younger woman because she didn't have a lot of experience, and and without a lot of experience, um, less heartbreak. And he called himself a benevolent dictator, right? And it's oxymoron, but
Who
basically saying like
is this
I'm a,
guy? Who does he
he
think
called
he
himself
is?
a benevolent dictator, and basically saying like I'm a guy that have good intentions. I just like things done my way, right? And he was a good guy. He was not a bad guy. He seemed like he had good intentions, and he knew himself, and he knew what he wanted, which is
Hmm.
great. Um, and so, if he does choose a woman that's younger and she's okay with being led and taught by him, then that's fine. A lot of women think like, I don't want a man to control me. I don't want him to tell me what to do, what I can and cannot do. My ex-husband, I didn't know a lot. I didn't know how to be a wife. I didn't know how to be a mother, and I learned that through him. And I'm
Hmm.
glad, I'm grateful that I had him a part of my life for to show me the way.
Hmm.
But I don't have an issue with someone trying to come into my life to teach me, to show me the ropes, but it's just I didn't date him because he was 42. My dad is 49, and
Hmm.
he was geared towards me getting out the military and having children in the next 2-3 years. So I'm trying to commission. I have to become an officer before I even get in another relationship. Like that's my goal the next 1 to 2 years.
Hmm.
So I don't think I can be able to date because everybody that I meet wants kids like immediately. like,
Expeditiously.
like this is something they talking about like in the next year. Like if we work and this works out, we can have kids in the next year. Sir, I
That
just met you. I
that's
just
so
met you
crazy.
yesterday.
Like I don't. My thing is like people like for me like the whole family thing and kids thing and whatever. Like that's something I want, but it's not the main thing I think about. The main thing I think about is having a partner that I enjoy spending time with and they enjoy spending time with me. That is literally
Mhm.
it. Like I just want to go travel, I want to go see stuff. And if somehow we're out here in Cozumel and we costume and we make a baby, like okay, cool. Like we gotta replan, we gotta restructure the rest of these trips. like that's my mindset.
Yeah.
Like, damn, oh, you're pregnant? Shit, let me cancel Vegas. You ain't gonna ruin the fun. What you mean? You can't drink. I know how you are when you don't drink. like, like that's
You
me.
can't. Yeah, no. But
Party
I
pooper
don't
ass.
know. I don't know these. I mean, off of the initial conversations that we have, they immediately are interested in me because I do give great conversations. I do have a good head over my shoulders, but I
Hmm.
be I, I'm an attachment avoidant. I'd be avoiding attachments, but I'd be like, "Oh, you in love with me? Gotta go." I
Yeah.
don't know why I'm like that right now, but yeah. So wish me luck.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, look, guys and gals, this is our time. Thank y'all for listening to the Homeroom with Smooth podcast, episode number 146. Big Bird is racist. um, like, comment, and subscribe, and all that other good stuff. Leave a review of the podcast. Thank y'all for watching. We are up out of here.